Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I'm George, or all George. So, someone just bought 48,000 Bitcoins off Coinbase today, nearing $1 billion. $1 billion worth of Bitcoin bought today. Huge news. So who did it? And why should we care? Well, let's get started. Smash up the like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell to get notified of all my streams. Follow me on social media. Check out CryptosRUs.com and make sure you follow my other channels as well. Good evening, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Whew, we got a lot of buying today. A lot of buying. Just this morning, I covered about massive amount of Bitcoin being bought, and now we got more Bitcoin being bought. But first things first, a look at tomorrow. Futures market is looking good. The U.S. market did pretty good today, even though Bitcoin didn't move today. Overall, it was kind of like stagnant for Bitcoin, but it's inching, or itchy, I should say, not inching, itchy to move, and I'll tell you guys why. Well, first of all, let's get to it. 48,000 Bitcoins. Kind of hard to see with this one. But if you look at a very right side, 48,000 Bitcoins just came out of Coinbase. Okay? It's not a surprise, honestly. And it's not a shock, really, because right now, and you could see it, it's not just now, but every time we dip significantly, you have large whales behind the scenes that's buying. That's what they do. Okay, in case you still haven't picked this up, what do the whales and the institutions and all these guys do? They buy when other people are panicking. They buy when there's fear out in the market. So whenever you see a major dip, okay, every time you look at this chart, every time there's a major dip, guess what? You have a massive amount of Bitcoin being bought and removed from circulation. That's what these guys are doing. You think there's infinite amount of Bitcoins out there. There isn't. These guys are buying them by the billions. Okay, so another near 1 billion buy came out today. And I mean, this is pretty obvious. Okay, outflow. I mean, look at that. It's just enormous, enormous, enormous drop. Okay, so, and I was just looking at this because some people argue, oh, okay, that's just outflow. What about inflow, right? But if you look at overall net flow today, you'll see that it's a huge dip, right? Look at this right here. So tons and tons and tons of buying going on right now. Now you may be asking, well, if there's so much buying, why didn't the price go up? Well, these guys, they're not stupid. Hey, if you have $1 billion and you're buying $1 billion worth of Bitcoin, do you really want to pump it up while you're buying? No. So all these guys are buying OTC market, and they will continue to do so. But here's the thing, OTC market won't last forever. Eventually it'll dry up. But in the meantime, more and more Bitcoins are being taken out of the exchanges. You look at exchange reserves, they keep dropping. And these big whales, these institutions, whoever they may be, they keep accumulating because they know this is the scarcest asset that we have, and the one that will continue to thrive and grow as time goes on. So why would you not stock up? So want to start with this massive, massive purchase, okay? In addition, we know Bitcoin has been very, very stagnant, okay? That usually leads to good things. And I am not the only one that have noticed this, not the only one that covered this. Many people are paying attention to the volatility and how it's hanging very, very low. Sellers are exhausted. Exactly right. Right now, no one is looking to sell. Everyone is looking to accumulate. But a lot of people are still fearful. They don't know if this is the right time to accumulate. I get asked every single stream, George, is this a bottom? Should I be buying right now? Should I put my money into it? There's so much anticipation. People want confirmation of that bottom. So that's why there's still a lot of hesitation. There's still a lot of money on the sidelines, right? But Bitcoin right now, if you just pay attention, the volatility is low. It's hanging strong. And with all these large whale buys behind the scenes, right? You know something is going to happen. Something imminent is going to happen. And there's a lot of other charts and metrics that show this. For example, here's something that's called reserve risk, basically measuring holders' conviction. And it's very, very high right now. If you look at where we are in the bottom right-hand corner, it's basically the lowest point we have ever seen, going all the way back to the low of 2015 when Bitcoin was at $100-something. Okay, that's the conviction that holders have right now. So look at that. Okay, so we have only been in close to this level a few times. That includes the bottom of 2015, also the bottom of 2018, the bottom of 2020, and here at 2022. So if you're thinking about buying or DCAing, well, here's one of the reasons why you should be doing so. Here's another one. Basically measuring bear market, or again, how oversold we are. You could, again, compare to 2015, 2018, and where we are right now, 2022, right? Those periods, and I've lived through both of those. I got out of crypto in 2014 when it came down. I was mining Litecoin at the time. I held Litecoin from like $40 all the way down to like $4. Couldn't take any more, panic sold, and then the rest is history. So then I came back in 2017, luckily, right? Rode the wave up, but I also rode that wave down from 2017 all the way to 2020, 2021, right? But then we had the tremendous run. So this is why you need to have patience. Because yes, even though we go through months and years of down, that final run afterwards is what makes it all worth it. And every single run that we have, we form a higher low, a much higher low, and a much higher high too. So keep that in mind. So the fact that we are hovering at 19,000 right now versus the low last time at 3,000 puts things into perspective of how much higher the low is right now. Okay, so another thing to pay attention to, another reason why this is a great time to be DCAing. All right, so I wanted to lead off with those things. So right now, even though Bitcoin is kind of stagnant, but there's many reasons why this is a great time to be buying. And the fact that we have large whales that continue to buy and buy and buy tells you something. And for those of you guys that have been watching me, you know that the banks, the credit cards, all these companies are trying to integrate crypto or Bitcoin services or utilizing their payment rails or something. They're all desperate right now to get into the Web 3.0 revolution, right? So you really don't want to miss out on that. All right, so wanted to lead off with that. What else is going on today? Let's talk about some altcoin news. Well, there's some stuff going on with Avalanche that I wanted to cover. Avalanche has been kind of stagnant recently, but they've been making news recently with their subnets. Now they just upgraded, and their new subnets, which is basically like a side chain, can now utilize the side chain's native token to stake, which is good. For example, DeFi Kingdoms, which is a subnet, they have one of their crystal ball kingdoms within Avalanche. So now you'll be able to stake that token, I believe. That's kind of interesting. Avalanche also has that was Polkadot, but I was gonna say Avalanche has also other things going on, but right now this is like the big upgrade that they just had. So good for them. What else? Oh yeah, I was gonna show this too in terms of the number of transactions and throughput and gas used is all going up as well. And then I skip forward to the Polkadot one. Polkadot also kind of overlooked by many, but if you look at development, it's insane right now. I don't even know what they're measuring, but this is crazy in terms of development. They're way. There's so much, so it's off the charts compared to, say, Near, Ethereum, Solana, even Avalanche. So a lot of people do overlook Polkadot, but they are definitely still moving forward. So that's good. Also, a lot of you guys, and I'm not trying to diss on Quant, but recently a lot of people, including yesterday, kept asking, what's going on with Quant? Why aren't you talking about Quant? Look at Quant. And I've warned you guys, whenever you have a lot of people in the live chat asking about a project, usually it's near the top. And I was right. It's been down 15, 16% since yesterday, okay? But I did take a look at Quant. Overall, I think my perspective on Quant has not changed. They are still primarily B2B. They have some good things going on. For example, they have a small total supply. Recently, I heard some of the exchanges even ran out of QNT tokens. And, of course, there are still businesses that are utilizing Quant, their overledger technology, building dApps on top of them, right? So I have nothing against Quant. I think they're still doing pretty well. But, you know, whenever you have like a massive amount of people in the chat asking about a coin, that's usually an indication that a top is near. So I just want to warn you guys a little bit. But I'll keep my eye on Quant for those of you guys that has been in it for a while. I mean, they do look promising. It's just that it's mostly B2B stuff, not B2C stuff. So you don't really hear about like DeFi, for example, or you know, TVL within liquidity pools, or any cool dexes, or even NFTs, stuff like that, you know, that you hear with other L1s, you don't really hear with Quant. So just want to clarify that. All right, last few things. IRS, no one likes the IRS, but they also now want to tax NFT holders. I would say anyone holding NFTs probably can count it as a capital loss, because I don't think anyone made any money this year with NFTs, but the IRS is now expanding their language to include NFTs. So that's not good at all. Do Kwon did an interview with Lisa Shin, and looking through the comments, I didn't watch the whole thing, but looking through the comments, it seemed like Laura really asked some tough questions, and Do Kwon didn't seem remorseful at all. So it doesn't seem like he's taking this whole thing seriously. He still thinks that this Interpol red notice is fake. He's trying to get confirmation. He's not going back to Korea, so I don't know what's going to happen with him in the future, what he's going to do. But obviously he's not hiding on a cave or anything. He looks like he's somewhere pretty nice right now. But I don't know if you guys care, but yeah, he just did that. All right, outside of that, that's it. Tomorrow's looking like a green day again. We did have a couple pieces of news, earnings, like Netflix that beat estimates, added a whole bunch of subscribers, so they're rallying in the aftermarket. Tomorrow, there's a big Tesla earnings after the market. Apple, not doing so good right now because their iPhone 14 production is slowing down. And what's funny is their manufacturer, Foxconn, actually publicly stated that they want to make cars for Tesla. I don't think this is going to make Apple happy that their biggest manufacturer just came out and said, yeah, we're sick of producing iPhones. We want to produce Tesla instead, or produce cars for Tesla instead. How would you feel if you're Apple, right? So, but they have no choice because everything they have is produced by Foxconn. So they just have to take it. All right, guys, let's do some Q&A. Millie, George, Energy Web token jumps 25% after BlackRock gives decarbonization project a shout out. What's your take on Energy Web token? I'm neutral on that. Energy trading, green energy projects, they just don't do well. So, Power Ledger is another one. I know Engine Web Token supposedly has all these brands and all these, you know, projects signed up or whatever, but just not my thing. Not my thing. APT 160K TPS, this will eat all cryptos. That's laughable, man. You look at Cadena, 720,000 transactions per second. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not kidding about the speed, but just because something is faster doesn't mean that it's better. There's other projects claim to have 1 million transactions per second. So, yeah, there's that. And you already showed that many times in the live chat. Finally, news about Avalanche. I talk about Avalanche all the time. Lawyer Perez doesn't get why large buys doesn't drive the price up while large sells does. Can you explain? It's OTC market. Look it up. Over-the-counter trading. Basically, these large buys are done OTC. They're off order books. So you could buy $1 billion worth of Bitcoin and not touch the price at all. But large whales that are trying to manipulate the price, they will sell it on the spot market, not OTC, on purpose to drop the price and to liquidate people. So there's a difference there. So when someone like Michael Saylor buys $1 billion worth of Bitcoin like he has done before, or $500 million of Bitcoin, why does it ever drive the price up? Because he does an OTC market. The big purchaser, think about it. Why would they buy on Coinbase, for example, and while they're buying and placing orders, the price has been driven up? They will not do that because then they get less for their money, right? They want to buy it's stable. So OTC market just provides people to do transactions like one-on-one transactions. They'll find someone that has $1 billion of the Bitcoin to sell, and then you buy it. That's it. It's like more like it's almost like a one-on-one transaction. So think about it that way. Tone Lee, it's my birthday. Can you make me a Lego cake? No. But happy birthday. Are new cars going to get cheaper anytime soon? I hope so. I'm thinking probably not until second half of 2023. I think early 2022 still. There's just not enough chips. You figure by now there should be enough chips being distributed, but it seems like it's still a thing. Like even normal cars. You know, my neighbor, I reviewed a Santa Fe plug-in hybrid recently. I thought there'll be plenty of them. My neighbor was interested, so I went on cars.com and looked it up. There's one in a 250-mile radius. It's like there's just such shortage of everything still. What are your thoughts on CNFTs? Today's high volume day. I don't really have thoughts on it. If you're into NFTs, NFT trading, great. It's another marketplace for you to trade on. But outside of that, I mean, there's nothing else to say. It's really the only driver of volume on Cardano is CNFTs. The DEXs on Cardano aren't doing that much right now. It's mostly from the NFT sales. Which coin will hit high first? I don't know. That's too hard to say. There are some that has held very well throughout the downturn, but normally they don't go up very fast either. So, you know, I don't know. It's just best to be diversified. No one knows which coin will really be the next leader of the next bull run, but most will move in tandem. Some will be standouts, but no one really knows at this point. Tomorrow, Terra Classic will drop the burn tax from 1.2 to 0.2. Ouch. Ouch. Why would they drop it? Even 1.2 would take like 500 years before it'll burn like 1 trillion tokens. So even at 1.2% is nothing. I thought you were going to say, oh, they're going to pump it up to like 10% or something. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. But that's a large super chat. Appreciate that and appreciate the update. Do you believe small price coins like SHIB could really make millionaires? It still can. It's much harder. SHIB already went up like 1,000,000%. So will it go up another 1,000,000%? No. But can it go up 10x from here? Sure. Can it go up 100x from here? Off chance, but maybe. And 100x can make people millionaires, but will it make like $1,000 into $6 billion? No. No, that's not probably going to happen with SHIB anymore, but maybe with some other meme coin or something. Thoughts on CZ burning 1.5 million of Luna every Tuesday for foreseeable future? It's not going to do anything. It's not going to do anything. And then Dan just got done talking about lowering the tax rate, so that's not going to help either. Just do the math. 1.5 million to 3. Even if you took 3 million out of every Tuesday, and then you times it by 52 in a year, right? It's like nothing compared to the 6 trillion that was added. So, yeah. $1.3 million worth. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true at all. Why would he be doing that? Are billionaires buying doomsday bunkers right now? I don't know. Probably not Elon. He'll just hop onto one of his rockets and just go out into Mars. But I don't know about Bezos and everyone else. Do you think there's any hope for Algo? Yes. What makes you say that? Algo is doing very well. They have a lot of things going on. You know, you can't always judge a project's worth or progress based on its price movement. Okay, when things are bad, when people are fearful and panic sell, you know, that doesn't mean that a project is dead. Doesn't mean the project have given up. A lot of the projects are still operating as usual. I try to cover the news to kind of showcase that. But yeah, Algo, I think they're doing just fine right now. Lawyer Perez, I appreciate you, but I think you misunderstood my question. Yeah, I think I did. Because I don't know how else to answer your question. I don't know what else you're asking. PHX. Dude, I don't need a lecture from you, all right? I don't need a lecture from you. So I'm putting you in timeout just because you're irritating. Do you like the Warriors? I do not. They also irritate me. I would put Warriors in timeout if I could. Am I going to see Black Adam? Yes. It does look good. It looks good. They buy OTC and use us little people as liquidity to dump on. Am I wrong? Yeah, it's been happening. But, you know, like I said, OTC market only has so much liquidity. There has to be someone that's willing to sell, and it's going to dry up. So you can't always depend on it. It's a risk for them to actually always do that. Oscar Yini, they could buy 500,000 Bitcoins. Who cares if it doesn't move the price? Well, because you're only thinking short term. You're not thinking long term. Okay? If everyone thought like that, then everyone would leave this space. Because short term, it could be many years where Bitcoin doesn't move and goes down. And if that's the case, if everyone thought like that, well then no one would stick around. But you got to realize, why does Bitcoin always go up? Why does it form a higher low every cycle? Why does it form a higher high every cycle? Because Bitcoin is scarce. There's only a limited supply. There's not going to be infinite amount of Bitcoins like there is infinite amount of dollars. You need to understand that. Don't treat Bitcoin as dollars or as gold, where you can always mine for more, or as oil, where you can always drill for more, or anything else out there. There's nothing like Bitcoin, because Bitcoin supply is set in code. You can't inflate it more. That's the difference. Okay? So don't pay attention to only short-term non-movement. Focus on the future. That's the best way I could put it. Can I be your mobile dentist? No thanks. I have a dentist. Let's see here. Can you talk about Amazon scam coins? I have no idea what you're talking about. No idea what you're talking about. My wife still has trouble with 2FA. What is so difficult about 2FA? You pull up an app, and it tells you what the code is, and that's it. I don't get Crypto 101. What's so hard to teach your wife about pulling up Authy or Google Authenticator? I mean, I could see other things being difficult, but I mean, that should not be that difficult. If she can't really get it, then you could also put it into a custodian service. You could do that. You could still put your crypto in your trust too. You know, there's a lot of other things you could do if you're really fearful about passing it on. Home automation. You know what? I built my home automation with Alexa and a lot of remote sensors and remote switches and stuff like that. So as for the ones you're talking about, I don't even know what they are. So I just done it with Samsung, their sensors, and it's okay. It drives my wife crazy. She hates, having the lights turn on and stuff like that. So I don't know if I'm going to get home automation for my new house. Did Kanye move his money into crypto? Who knows? Maybe he did. Maybe he's the one that bought 48,000 Bitcoins. I don't really have any thoughts on Compound. It's a good project, but I'm not interested in them. Vegeta says, Matic will make people rich. I do believe so. I think they have a great potential upside, I should say. I do like Matic. Will Chainlink staking cause the price to pump big? I don't know about big, but yes, staking will help, definitely. Take liquidity out of the market, so that's good. ADA's price prediction, end of 2023, 2024. I don't know. If the end of 2023, we start seeing recovery, who knows? Bitcoin could be back to 40,000, maybe even higher. I don't know. It could be back to $3, right? Something like that. Maybe $3. But it really depends on how 2023 is going to be. If the first half of 2023 is really horrible, then maybe the second half will be kind of slow. It's just really hard to make predictions right now because you don't know how the macro conditions will be. If they greatly improve by the second half of 2023, or it's a slow improvement, or there's still no improvement. Kind of tough to predict that. EVMOS bring Atom to the ETH ecosystem. The Don't you mean bring ETH to the Atom ecosystem? Isn't that the one where it's kind of like a bridge? Or am I thinking something else? Is this what it is? The new frontier. Bring world of Ethereum-based applications assets to... yeah, okay. Yeah, so that's what I was thinking about. So I think it's good. There's nothing wrong. Every project out there that's not EVM compatible is looking to implement some kind of EVM compatibility. Why would you not want to? Even XRP. There's a project that's helping XRP Ledger get EVM compatible. Cardano has one in the works. Every single one is in the works. As for the project itself, I don't know too much about it, but they're still clinging on 500 million market cap. That seems awfully high. And they're at rank 2,703, so it's probably incorrect. So I don't know if they're actually worth that much, but the concept is good. I just don't know enough about that project. But the concept of bringing EVM compatibility to these other chains, great. Why is FIFA up 20x today? No one cares. No one cares. PHX, I don't care. I don't care. You know what irritates me the most? People that need to be heard. So if they get pissed off, they're like, oh, I'm unsubscribing. You know what? If you're going to unsubscribe, unsubscribe. Don't try to announce it. Don't be a drama queen, okay? Don't be like one of those guys, which unfortunately PHX, you are one. And I'm going to help you. I'll do you a favor and ban you. So even if you change your mind too late, I won't be changing my mind about you. Thoughts on ICP? I've never been a fan of ICP. Never. Just not for me. And it does seem like they're a bit more centralized than other projects. And they were just too overhyped. So never got into it. Never got into it. All right. Yeah. Crypto Esquire. It's not an airport. No need to announce your departure. That's my biggest pet peeve. When I see that, I'm like, all right, whatever. If you want to leave, you don't like what I'm saying, fine, do so, right? But if you have to announce it, that just shows how insecure you are. Just, and I just proactively ban them if I see that. All right, guys, I'll let you go. Let's see, the Bitcoin move. We'll see what tomorrow brings. I'm actually quite surprised Bitcoin didn't go up more today because of the market push, but we'll see. It may be the start of the Santa rally that we all have been waiting for. So, all right, guys, smash it a like, subscribe to the channel. We have another big whale that just bought $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. Don't let all the Bitcoins go to these big guys, to these institutions, these whales. Make sure you stock up some for yourself before it's too late. Have a good night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow bright and early, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Take care. Bye-bye.